All right, hello and welcome back, everybody, to Bird's Eye View, our fourth episode since returning back to Twitch here. My name is Dan Danner's Banner. Alongside me, we got Jake, we got Yaz, and we've got Kush making a return.
Special guest,
Special guest.
This
Be a
is
special
my
guest
show.
of your own show.
This
Yes.
is my show. You're all just living in it.
and
Got the ego already.
it's been a pretty busy weekend, or week in general, actually, for everybody. Lots of traveling, lots of matches. How's everyone doing overall?
Tired.
Tired.
Very
I
tired.
feel like that's
Tired.
probably going to be a consistent answer.
Exhausted. Still
Chris,
got a full
what did you
weekend.
do this week?
What don't I do?
Show up to Bird's Eye View?
See how the sun came up this morning?
Okay, we're not even 5 minutes in, and Chris is
You're
already
welcome.
getting roasted.
Oh,
Welcome
God.
back.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh dear. And
Thank
then,
you for the sunrise this morning. I appreciate it.
and yeah, so you had a bit of adventure yourself. Where'd you go?
I just went to Seattle to visit a friend, and it was fun. We just did a lot of tourist things.
What's in Seattle?
Ate a lot, like the Space Needle, Microsoft Studio Campus.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
A bunch of stuff. A
It's
lot of stuff.
1080.
It's pretty. It's pretty. All right, stop looking at me.
And then,
Jake, what did you do this
Yeah, what
weekend?
did you do?
Where were you?
I was in Montreal. I went to the 6 Invitationals. We got very loud, I would say. We partied very
that looked like
hard.
an exciting time.
It was very, yeah, like this, just being in part of the crowd and everything like that was probably like one of my favorite experiences of the trip. And just meeting everybody. I think there was 9 of us from St. Clair there.
It looked like our professor enjoyed being in the crowd a lot.
No, he was going for the other team at that point.
No,
Oh.
it was just funny. All his little clips of him being in the crowd.
Yeah,
like, his
he's
first
just-
one of him just yawning,
Yeah, he was falling
and then
asleep.
and
It
then the
was-
whoa one kind of angered me a little bit because he like started like up here and he's like, I was like, what kind of whoa was that? I was like,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
proud for a
bad.
second and then I got disappointed.
All right, so if I see this stream has a lower mark than usual, I'll know why. Uh, So, we've got a bunch of results that we can go into now. Let's start off with one that we don't exactly get to talk about. They had their season opener, Fortnite, first time with their match on Tuesday. It was their first game for NACE. They played in 3 rounds. Over 30 schools competed in that one. Everybody jumped in like right away. It's no longer like duo versus duo. It's everybody and all at once who's in collegiate, which is nice to see. And our guys did pretty dang good. So Siri and Draza, they finished first after the first set of matches, including it was actually Swell and Beauty, who's a part of our St. Clair Saints Gold team. They got 4th overall, but they did manage to pick up a victory royale, which we might see in a little bit, or we did already see it in our highlights there. A little bit of a change up. I know the graphic itself still has Intrinsic on there, but we do have a little bit of a switch around actually with the roster. Draza making the return. He was a first year player for us at St. Clair during like our beginning year. Him and Brownside used to team up all the time, and they had made it all the way to NACE playoffs before. And then Beauty moved over with Swell, and it's overall been looking pretty good for them, including their victory royale. Pretty consistent play, netting them 4th place so far.
Gotta get them dubs.
Yeah, they're pretty nutty. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Just
they
like
had to
watching
kill
the
each other
clips.
in the first game. They had
Did
to kill
they?
each other. At the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. It was
actually
great
kinda
because right there they didn't notice. They didn't
Yeah,
realize, and they just killed each other. And it was like, well, I mean, one of them had to win, right? So, but
Yeah,
that was great.
There's no mutually agreeing to eat the poison berries. At
Oh
the
my
same
god,
time
I
and
was just
call
thinking
it,
about that.
Hunger
That's funny.
Games. Oh
No,
my
Hunger
God.
Games.
The night lock.
Yeah, there's none of that. You have, even if they are 2 separate Saints gaming teams or a part of the same organization, one person has to win. One team has
It
to
basically
win.
just comes down to who wants to pad the stats at that point, right?
Exactly.
Like-
Well, I don't even think they know.
No, they
wouldn't know
didn't
that they're
realize.
live.
oh, they don't
Yeah,
even
they
know.
don't know. They're
Oh.
on separate sides of the nest, so they can't hear each other either, right?
Yeah, 2
And
different
so-
Discord calls, 2
Yep.
different areas. That way, there's no sort of collusion or anything going
Mhm.
on. And
But we could make like some
It was
hand
interesting.
signs though, like
hand
do
signs.
like some baseball things.
Oh god.
well, I
some
think
calls.
they've
I think-
actually started to crack down on that. I know
Yeah, I
in
was
pro
just gonna
tournaments
say.
they did
Okay.
like signaling, which was kind of funny because one of the things that they had put on there was just nonsensically jumping. And it's like, oh, so if you're just running through a field and you just jumped and not get sniped,
Jump
is
in
that a
Morse
sign?
code.
Like,
Jump in Morse code.
I've never heard of this in my life. This
Yeah.
is so new to me. Like, I didn't know signaling was a thing in Fortnite. It seems so
Mhm.
crazy.
yeah, it got pretty deep there to the point where Fortnite actually had to step up and like essentially warn everybody, if we catch you doing this, better watch yourself.
That's actually not bad though.
Hey,
Glad
anything to
they're
get an
smart.
advantage, I guess. Yeah, if
Yeah.
they had to step in and make a rule,
Don't
it
want no
happens,
baseball
right?
there. Anyone recording comms.
Yeah. But for Fortnite, we'll see them again next Tuesday. Sounds like their match is always going to be Tuesday night. And that's about an 8 o'clock start from what I believe.
How long does the season go for Fortnite? Do you know?
Pretty
6 weeks, I think.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
6
3
weeks.
games
6
a
weeks
week for
plus,
6 weeks.
Plus playoffs.
So if they make playoffs, right? There's a playoffs, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually they get to fly out.
Yeah, I believe MomoCon is where the finals are being held at. And they're flying out,
Top 4
like,
teams.
I think it's supposed to be top 4 of each conference, but I could be wrong. And
Is MomoCon in Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta.
Yeah.
something
It's
like
in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
it's-
advertising it at DreamHack.
Kind of want to
when we
go,
went.
honestly.
Join the
Atlanta's
Fortnite
actually a
team.
pretty cheap flight and stuff.
Well, it's
too.
like a
It was-
huge Smash tournament
yeah.
too. It was an S tier last year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we went to DreamHack and it only costed like $200 for the flights there and back, but we took Sprint. So.
Oh, but you took Sprint.
Flights.
Oh,
Oh my god! I still remember when the plane was landing. It felt like all the metal on it was just gonna rip off of it. It's terrifying.
This podcast brought to you by Sprint.
no, if only.
Scuffed
But-
flying.
Scuff flying for the Scuff gamers.
But moving over from that, from Fortnite over to Echo. So we've got 2 matches, I believe, that we have to catch up on here. This is your glitch, Yazin. How are things going so far? I
Yeah,
see
how are
that
things
smug
going,
look
Yaz?
on your
Hi,
face
Yaz.
there.
How's everything going in Echo Arena, man?
All right. So we beat Miami. I believe it was 17-8 or 13. I forget.
Solid.
And then we lost to Baylor. It wasn't really much of. It was like kind of a shutout, but not really. It's rough to explain. The team is working as hard as they can. I've got them practicing like 4 times a week, which is more than most of the Saints gaming teams, or I think all of the Saints gaming teams, to be honest.
Possibly combined.
And it's
Oh, no,
honestly-
no, we're-
Listen,
Jesus.
it's a really physically demanding game. It just takes time to get like the moves down. Basically, it's all your moves. That's all it is. It's just the way you maneuver around the map, the way you throw the disc, and if it's just off by just a little bit, then that's it for you, right? There's no way it's gonna happen.
Echo Arena. Just swing your arms.
Who said
From
that?
Endeavor.
Then- just hit the ball, buddy. That's all you gotta do. We play the same exact
Wait, what's-
game basically, but I'm in VR. All right, come on,
Just
like,
pass.
Just
forehead.
pass. Just pass, guys.
pass it, dude. But yeah, no,
It's all about the moves, eh?
it's a little rough.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
It's about your moves.
Yeah, it's about how
Just
you
fly.
move. It's all about how you move.
I like when you say that.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean,
it was rough, but
If
I
I
mean-
recall correctly, though, Baylor, like, they were in the upper half of past
Yeah.
CVREs, right?
yeah. So it's Baylor and TTU. Those are pretty much Baylor, TTU, and yeah, it's like the only really
Berkeley?
higher grade teams I want to say as of right now. It's just we were a high tier team, but you know
Top one,
we
right?
lost. Yeah, we
You're
lost
top
the
one?
pro. Yeah, these are actually our first 2 losses this entire time. So it's a little rough. It
Hey,
sucks.
hey, hey!
But-
You'll pick yourself up. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. No,
you'll
it's a
get
good
you'll
thing,
get
though.
them next time.
After they lost, after we lost against Baylor, you know, Zale and Black Label have been grinding a lot more now, even without their practice times. So obviously they're a little exhausted, but I'm hoping they're not going to be exhausted when it comes to game time. This is the end of stage 1 now, so I believe tonight is the finals for stage 1.
Okay, who
but-
do you play there? Do you know?
No, we actually aren't in the stage 1 finals. So
Oh,
yeah, we got
finals.
knocked out.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So hopefully, or not hopefully, you know what? We will still be taking the title. We will.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
still plenty of
that's
time.
one word. We still got a lot of time, just a lot of practice coming in, and I'm starting to focus a lot more on specific things for the players, making them practice on their own time instead of having everybody together. Because obviously, when you go into a pub together, you get dragged across with level 50s and stuff and max players, so it's a little bit harder for them to compete against them. It does make them learn faster playing against people that are way higher skill ranking, but at the same time, it hurts.
Yeah, you
It
got to be
hurts,
willing
right?
to take the blows.
It hurts.
Like,
Yeah.
Like Mizuchi set up a match for us up against some pros, like a pro team, and there
Mhm.
was 3 of them. It was 3 of us, obviously, and it was just absolute domination. Just absolute domination. They mashed us. We just went 40 minutes, no breaks, and just honestly, we got to break each other first to build each other up. Like, let's be
Yeah.
honest here. If
what
they
you
have
have to
too
do.
high, they I don't want to say it, but obviously you can see from my my perspective, we're too cocky. Yeah, as the St. Clair team, we were too cocky. You know, winning 2 seasons in a row and then losing our pro, and me thinking that okay, I have this. Like I can do this. Like I was same level as Mizuchi and stuff as he left, but clearly it didn't go that way, right? So getting torn down first is good because now they're realizing like okay, we have to practice way more now.
Yeah, you got the wake up call that you needed,
Exactly.
and then most of your squad is pretty well just starting out too, like within the last couple months or so.
Yeah.
So it's still awesome that you are able to hold your own. I'd say like you're probably like mid-ranked overall.
Yeah.
Like maybe going down versus like top teams, but you're winning ones that in theory should have been like you're winning the matches you're supposed to.
Yeah,
still.
exactly.
You're playing your seed,
Exactly.
which is still very good.
Eventually we'll be able to play a little higher than what we want to. It just takes time, right?
Of course.
All the scrims with the pros and having them break my teammates down should be good. Because they're working twice as hard now, right? They realize that there's no opportunity for their slacking at all.
Yeah.
Endeavor says, imagine having a pro and losing. Couldn't be me.
There's no
Oh
wait, wait.
god.
There is no pro
Didn't
now.
Rocket
He's
League
gone.
have a pro? And
Yeah,
stuff?
they
That's
did,
the
yeah.
joke, dude.
Oh god. Oh, I get it now. But yeah, no, we actually
God.
we were on a perfect win streak up until this season. So I'll take the heat for the losses. But it's just finding the balance between offense and defense as a player that needs to. I don't want to say 1v3 because my teammates are still helping me, obviously. But when it comes to a team that's very high skilled,
It's just on you to
difficult,
pick up
right?
the slack,
Exactly.
and
It just gets difficult.
it's crazy.
But no, we'll get there.
Yeah.
They'll be able to handle themselves definitely by the next games that we play. So that's good.
Chat with the shots today.
Yeah, I know.
know.
Endeavor's just mad. Endeavor's just mad. I came at him for the what was it? The K-pop was it?
Yeah.
I came at him for the K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Endeavor.
Goddamn K-pop.
Now let's move over to League of Legends, where the only match that happened was last Saturday. Our team went up against McMaster University, and unfortunately, didn't quite go in the favor of our League of Legends squad this time by. It was an 0-2 loss to McMaster. Some of the comps that they were playing were interesting, aggressive. I liked what I was seeing, but just
Jeez.
overall,
Yeah,
like,
that turret defense was insane.
Jeez.
Yeah, like, that was actually
There
really
like
good,
No
yeah.
elf left,
I'm
and they
watching the
just
video.
bombed in.
Oh my god, Gragas gets the double stun. That was nasty.
oh yeah, everybody was playing fantastic for the most part, but just McMaster just was the better team that day.
Yeah, usually what I've noticed, at least watching St. Clair sometimes, is they either get out drafted or the early game they actually do well, and then they just flub it later on. Sometimes they can just like they just slip. It slips through their fingers, you know.
Yeah, well, one of the things that kind of threw me off guard was normally if you pick Draven, you're cocky as hell going into that lane, or you're looking to play super aggressive. But I don't think the Saints were prepared to do either of those. They weren't cocky in the slightest. They knew that it was a tough match, but yet they picked a very high-risk, high-reward character, and I don't think it really
Yeah,
paid off for them very much there in the bot lane.
I think the problem with that is yeah, they picked Draven because
Draven in general in this meta.
well, playing an 80 carry is a risk in itself. So you know, if you're not playing like one of the top 3, you're putting yourself at such a big disadvantage. Like Aphelios is just so bonkers. Same with
Yeah.
the other powerhouse ones. So I mean, really, if you're picking Draven, like you're right, you have to go in and just be literally so cocky and like so aggressive. And if you can't pull that off, like there's not really a point in picking them.
It's kind of a new team though, right? With a new coach,
It
new
is.
players. So I feel like they're just still getting the feel, right? For that
Yeah,
entire
no,
team out, right?
they're definitely new. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're new too.
Yeah.
But it's still nice to see that they're learning still. To be
Mhm.
honest, not like learning the game itself, but each other to see
Yeah.
who can play what should we balance with what. You know,
Yeah.
it makes
There's,
sense,
Some
but
chemistry.
just takes time, right?
They have their former jungler from last semester too,
Oh.
who's helping them out with like, I'm not sure if he's like
I think he's their analyst.
he's analyst. Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's the word for it. Yeah, so he's helping them out, and I mean, he's I'm pretty sure he was like D1 or D2, so he's pretty high ranked. Definitely has like some good knowledge to share with them. Hoping the team can bring themselves together throughout the season.
I mean,
They already
McMaster
broke
was
the
pretty
record,
highly
right?
ranked, though. Sorry?
They already broke the record, so I mean,
Oh, yeah, it can still just only go up from here.
Exactly.
And McMaster was,
Exactly.
I think, one of the better teams in Canada in
Yeah.
general, let alone,
Bigger school.
like, yeah, so
Yeah, bigger sample pool, right? You know.
way bigger.
It's to be expected, but we'll probably see them in a match again this Saturday. Whether or not it'll be broadcasted, we're not quite 100% sure yet, because Saturdays at as a Saints gaming production guy is absolutely insane. We've got so much. I'll tackle that a bit later.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we have 2 matches from Rainbow Six Siege we got to catch up on. Jake, how this end up going out?
We've had 2 significant losses this week and last week, sadly. We lost to New Jersey Institute of Technology. We played well. We're still kind of figuring out our roles, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, changing up the strats a little bit. Like we're trying to work on some of the strats from last year, but just some of the positions and some of like the way the players work isn't working for us. So we're just taking the time and slowly working on our new strats and stuff like that, and just kind of forming a team a lot better. Mm-hmm. And then this week we played UMBC because it's a long ass name.
That's
yeah,
Maryland, right?
Yeah, Maryland. And Clubhouse was a very close game. We played really well. We didn't take the win. We lost the last 2 rounds. Sadly, we couldn't figure it out. And then Coastline, we were just learned Coastline like the day before. We just scrimmed it for the first time. So we were kind of still figuring out what worked, what doesn't work, and sadly it just didn't work.
Oh, this didn't make sense. I was kind of
Yeah.
wondering from the production side of things, like, we've been on hookah billiards like almost every single time except one. So it's like, okay, you must have just kind of figured this out, and that must be the favored area for now.
Yeah, it was kind of a rough day yesterday, but we also have some announcements as well.
Mm-hmm.
We just signed the first ever recruit for 2020 to 2021 season of Penguin.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw it
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Yeah, we signed him to a year contract.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he's very nice.
He's good with the
nice
sticks,
today?
eh?
He's good with the headshots.
He pops
Tap
them
that.
like pimples, eh?
He taps
Oh,
our
jeez.
heads.
Just say, so, like, what should we know about this guy? Like, what is super exciting, the fact that we've got this guy already all set to go?
That he's super interested. He's been helping me coaching and stuff like that. He really understands the game. He kind of sees it like we kind of see similar eye to eye, but he just sees it as like a little bit different. So we play off each other really well. Whereas I think it's one person should go one way, and he thinks if we do it this way, it'll work a lot better, and it just helps out with strat building a lot more. And then to have him
Interesting.
play next semester just will be really good.
Is he high ranked?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, he's top level.
So
I
he's
have a
got
lot
the
more.
brains. Got the brains. Got the skill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's promising. I
it
mean,
is.
That's good. We'll definitely be looking forward to Penguin and his eventual debut here in the 2020 September season, I believe, right?
Yes.
September?
No, Chris, we're not doing any Overcooked 2.
I'm down for the WoW Raid varsity team though. That would be
That would be interesting.
WoW
No.
will never have a varsity team.
That would be interesting. Listen,
never.
No.
we have like 2 party games that are varsity teams. Okay, so you never
Yeah,
know.
I know. Echo Arena and R6.
The shots.
I thought it was Smashing Rocket League.
I did too. That's what I was gonna say.
We were part of the original squad. R6 Echo Arena. I don't know where you guys came from the past year, but
I don't know, but who's brought you 2 championships in 2 semesters?
how's it going this semester, eh?
I mean, how did it go your last semester?
How's it going this
How
semester?
did it go your last semester?
We killed it out here.
Behave, gentlemen.
Did you kill it out here?
Yeah, all we do is kill it.
Oh,
What about it?
Oh, my.
okay.
That face. Yeah, he gets
Moving on.
He's a
We-
little angry when we call him out on his smash skills.
Fight,
Did you get beat by like a no-name player as he was like
I'm retired.
Dittos, right?
No comment.
It was actually me, like at one of the lands. I think I beat you a couple
Shut
times
up.
as Ness.
No,
And you
didn't.
played Ness too.
No.
Yeah, the
You're
Christmas
such a-
land. The
You're
Christmas
such a
land.
liar.
The Christmas
Oh
land.
my goodness.
Oh my god, I can't believe they hire frauds and liars here at Saints Game. That's
Oh.
crazy.
Higher. I don't work for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Moving on.
You're
Maybe.
about as smart as you look.
We've got a Counter-Strike update. So they had their first match of the NACE season yesterday, and they absolutely destroyed it. 16-0 fashion over North Central Missouri College. That one, unfortunately, was not broadcasted, but
Yeah, I was disappointed.
it was kind of thrown upon the team themselves last second. They were expecting to play that game on Sunday, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, league started and we have to do it today. And I was like, within like 45 minutes of the game actually started. I'm happy that the team was able to get everybody together to actually even play the
Yeah.
dang thing, let alone get the thing broadcasted. But
That's the old
Good
gamer
start.
hustle right there, you
It
know?
is the gamer hustle. They're,
we know this all too well now.
Yeah, one of the players was in the nest, and we were watching it before our game, and it was just round after round. It looked like they were just playing like they're shooting bots. Like, not to take any shots, but I mean our team was looking nasty.
Playing co-op versus AI
Yeah.
over here.
The 5-man versus AI.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
It's looking good for them, to be honest. CS.
Yeah, they were looking pretty nasty.
And then their CSL playoffs actually get started this Saturday, I believe. At least last time I checked. But they're going to have a match at 3 p.m. We're going to try to get that one broadcasted because it's one of the CSL playoffs. And like that one had carried over from the last semester. So hoping to see them do very well there. And then let's move over to the club side of things for Call of Duty. They had a match, I think it was last Wednesday, before we had all gone to our trips and whatnot. But they had a very, very strong match versus Grand Valley State University, where they had won 3-1. And that last game 4 was actually like stupid close. It was I think it was hard point where you have to hold an area down for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that was like within 15 points of each other for the
Wow,
end. And
that's
that was
close.
an exciting way to finish that one off.
Endeavor, why are you asking the team to be trash when you just can get good? Like, come on.
All right.
Come on.
Simmer down. Simmer down. Oh my god, I peaked.
Oh
Listen.
my goodness.
You know what? What if
Christian
we
Duke in the chat?
What if we turn this whole podcast into just
A
we,
roast fest?
we just invite people in here and we just roast them. Endeavor's our next guest.
Please. I'm down. I'm down.
I like
I'm here
this
for
one.
it.
We get like a nice chair, you know. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those videos. They usually have a nice little chair,
Like
like
a nice throne.
velvet, maybe.
yeah,
you
nice
know, you
throne.
sit them in there and then you just cook them for like 2 hours.
Yo, we could get like Ethan on here too. Like have Ethan just cook them.
We'll get inside
No,
sources.
we get Ethan and Endeavor on at the same time and just cook them both together.
Oh, a
They're just the same person.
double
like
roast,
it.
eh?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. A little bit
Uh,
of seasoning, you know, a little bit of spice. I like it.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay, wait. Before we
Isn't this
move on, I know Smash we didn't really cover. I'm just gonna chime in and say a couple things because I know we didn't have Smash on Monday because of Family Day.
Mhm.
So, recent news I just got today on Twitter.
breaking
Ba-
news?
Breaking news.
Can we get like a breaking news thing at Yeti or no?
Yeah, like
Is that
a
too,
little
or is that too
segment.
last minute,
Probably too spontaneous for that. although I shouldn't question
never-
Yeti. Let's
yeah,
just,
don't
let's
He's
not-
typing. Yo, he's typing really
moving.
fast.
He's moving.
I don't know if I should just like let him do his thing or if I should reveal it.
We'll come
like,
back to it.
It better be worth it,
Let's
bro.
do the MVPs and we'll come back.
okay,
to it.
okay. We'll come back. We'll let him work. Yeah, MVPs for the week. What do we got?
Okay, so unfortunately, like in terms of the CS:GO match, I don't have any stats or anything in regards with it. I had reached out to try and see if anyone like supposedly stood out, but I couldn't get really any comment.
I
which
say we
means-
pick Con. That kid's nasty.
Just go for it.
That kid kills. I love him. Have you seen him play?
No, I haven't watched any of the CS games like ever.
Okay. Well,
Oh god.
Obviously, I've
That
seen him
explains
play.
a lot.
Obviously, I've seen him play. This guy.
Yeah, because otherwise
It's
everything
kind of
else
rough
I
to pick when we don't have any information like at all. But I mean, it's like the only other.
Can we just
game
pick
that
like
had-
CS:GO as like a team?
well, we
I don't have
technically
5 games.
could,
We can make it
except
like-
there's not games for it,
We
right?
could just not give them a game.
wait.
Well, actually, I could, but it'd be like mini games probably. A lot of them will get mini games, which is kind of boring.
Because
but-
then other than that, the only thing
Top
that
fragger
we
was
have
Zapper.
is
was it?
21
Obviously,
and
it
5.
was Zapper.
So
so-
wait, hold on.
I wish I could say I'm surprised.
What's the difference
Actually,
between St. Clair Green and Gold? Are they both varsity?
those
Yeah.
are both varsity
It's like our
squads
first
for
team A.
So wait, why do we not have Syria and Draza?
Syrian Draza is green, Swell and
Intrinsic.
Beauty are
It was a
Gold.
deathmatch game.
Yeah.
It says.
But didn't they get first? Right? They got first.
yeah. So that's why I have at least on my sheet here pretty much the entirety of the Fortnite squad for each of them in their own right doing fantastic.
Oh yeah. I forgot. That's like his full. Yeah. Okay.
So
okay,
they're saying
cool.
that Zapper was the top fragger in the game. So.
I mean,
Zapper,
no surprise.
21-5. Yeah, we'll put him up as for the CS:GO player of
Okay.
the week. I feel like didn't one of your players do something crazy? I forget.
No.
Really? I thought someone got like a
No.
4-piece or something, didn't
They're-
they?
There were some highlight
They
moments,
had-
but
they each had their own, but
They tried their own.
they tried.
Great coach.
They tried.
Great coach.
Nah, we had a good week.
That's good.
If there's ever an option for me to pick CS:GO, I almost always want to pick CS:GO because they're so chads.
They're way
Have you
above us,
seen their
dude.
team?
Alphas. Alpha
They're
males.
so alpha.
Alpha males, dude.
You get them all in the nest, it gets scary in there. Like I feel very inferior. I feel like I'm sipping chamomile tea and all these guys are drinking brews. That's what I feel like. It's scary.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, but on the other side, so of course Fortnite were the ones who did pretty strong on Tuesday. Siri was pretty consistent through game 1 and 2, alongside Draza getting a bunch of kills. Even though game 2 didn't necessarily net them a very good placement, they did get a couple eliminations to still keep them in there. So that's why I have Siri up there. Then Beauty and Swell for their first, I think, actual match being teamed up in Nace, and I believe Swell got the final kill in game number 1, and then lasted pretty long in every match. Beauty was the fragger of the squad, I believe, for between Swell and Beauty, so he picked up a bunch of the kills, just not the last one there for game 1. So
What a beaut.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, James. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a really good one.
what did I miss?
He got me. He got me. Or she
Imagine
got me.
losing
I
in
don't know,
Harry
but
Potter VR.
I can't tell if that's. Yeah, they got me. Yeah, Quidditch VR basically. They got me good there. I'm not gonna-
Oh,
Damn.
Never read the books.
Imagine
Chris,
losing.
Funston says, just make a club team. Our slogan is play no matter your GPA.
oh.
All right, we're gonna get like kicked off of Saints game.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna get-
let's relax.
Sean's
a
gonna
little bit,
kick
boys.
us off this channel.
Inadvertently, this entire table has been the roast desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, Endeavor, we will be messaging you. Like I'm being honest. Don't worry, we'll get you on here if you really want to get roasted.
We'll get
I
you
got
your own chair, though.
You could try and roast back, but it's like
Oh,
it's
do
gonna
we
be a
really want to
4v1
put the
situation.
camera on him, though?
We'll have Yeti.
Yeah,
we'll have Yeti look like a blur.
Yeah, you gotta blur the jawline. You gotta blur it. His most proud feature. No skill involved in the VR. Just play. I wish I
play
could play
football,
football.
bro.
To be honest, you see how small I am, dude. I'm like 5'7". Like,
Okay, we don't need to know how small you are. It's pretty apparent. All right, so let's just
Okay.
get to the MVPs here. Who are we picking? Who do you guys got?
Okay, so I think I'm the only one who's never started off the MVP.
Yeah.
Kick it
before,
off,
so-
Dan.
Wait,
All right, Dan.
So,
didn't you start last week? I thought I made you pick.
Did you
last
make
week.
me?
Yeah, I think I
Alright,
made you pick last
Let's
week.
start with Kush, the special guest.
yes, our special guest.
I'll go with Zapper.
Zapper's going to get
Yeah.
it for you? All right. Top fragger, CSGO, I like it. And then,
Jake, you next.
personally, let's see.
I want to say Siri. Siri and getting that first place dub, you know.
That's pretty impressive.
It is pretty festive. Having to kill your own teammates too, like, you know.
Yeah, like you killed all the others, and the only
And-
person you have to kill is the other best player, your own teammate.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty good end to a storyline.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good way to kick off a season.
Yeah.
I respect that pick.
And because of, I think what you just said there, I'm actually moving towards Swell as my pick for getting the finishing blow to win the entire first game, and then being relatively consistent throughout the entire thing. Sure, it netted him 4th, but that's still where I'm going right now. So as of right now, I think all of us have picked something different. So
I didn't pick, but
where are you going?
I'm gonna go with Zapper.
All right, so
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with
Zapper.
Zapper. We didn't get to see it, but they were still mushed.
Everybody's looking at me odd. What am I missing
this
here?
No.
chat is just absurd.
This chat is great.
I'm bringing
today.
in James and Endeavor. I don't even know who you are, James, but I'm bringing you and Endeavor in at the same
James,
time.
is there a competitive scene in VR, or is it just a bunch of casuals who are cheeks at real games?
Yeah, we're.
Oh.
Listen, what game do you play professionally, or what game do you play competitively?
Oh my God,
hands
I
in
like this guy.
I'm
We
well
need him on
rounded
the
in
desk.
Is he a sub?
See the sub.
Is he a sub to our channel?
No, I don't think so.
Can we give him
No,
a
he's
sub?
not.
Can we
Put me
gift
on
him
the
a
show, I
sub?
might
Lose my
lose my
scholarship.
scholarship with the things I'll say. Hey, you gotta be PG.
Oh God. PG, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, gotta
PG
be
We would
13.
have to have a
13,
some sort
PG
of
13.
PG. One
beep
F
out
off.
button if we have Endeavor on.
Mute button.
A mute button for Endeavor.
Be right back screen for when we start fighting him.
Also,
the technical difficulties
Mr.
screen.
Funson
Yeah.
says Kush is big nasty now that he crushes warm protein shakes.
Yeah, this guy's been sitting here sipping it the whole time. Like I could just hear him shaking it. Like
Yeah, I'm juiced up.
Uh,
In the words of my professor.
Yo, bet you got a VR. Oh.
Hey, we're
All right. Anyways.
We're just gonna ignore that one.
Anyways.
Can I get to my
I just got
announcement?
called out.
Yeah.
okay. So
Mr. Yeti, do we have the? Is he ready? All right. On your
Breaking
Yeti.
news. Nice. Great. I love that. Okay. So,
there we go. Let's go.
Damn, okay. Oh, it flashed.
Oh! I think he's no way. He's actually like he's just clicking it on and off.
Yeah,
Is he?
Hey, whatever works. It doesn't have to be complicated. It makes it
Okay,
work.
well, news from the Twitterverse. So, Smash player from Michigan, former, maybe current, I'm not sure, PGR player Ryuga.
Mm-hmm.
So top 50 in the world. Number 1 in Michigan, but he doesn't attend much. Is moving to Windsor.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a big move because apparently when he was in Michigan, he would never really compete because of school. But I'm guessing he's graduating soon and moving to Windsor. So, I mean, if he starts competing around here, that could definitely boost or be like a huge boost in terms of skill to all the
Yeah.
players in the city because top 50 in the world is huge.
That is big.
So, yeah, I'm not sure if he's still top 50. I know, like, one of either the second one or one of them he was on the PGR.
What's
so,
his
yeah,
name?
Ryuga.
Okay, I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, he
before. I
plays
think I've heard
Ike.
You guys talk about him
Plays
before.
Ike. He's
Oof.
nasty.
Oof.
Nasty. So yeah, that's gonna be really cool. And all I was gonna say was the other tournament we had that wasn't Smash Class over at the esports bar, Easy Mode. It was a game 10 bracket reset with Sidarius taking it game 10. So yeah.
Does anybody have any sort of surprise knowing that?
Well, not really. No.
Who is in second there?
Kid's kind of clutch. What do I do? So
That's fair, yeah.
The import from Kitchener, he plays Mega Man, a zoner. Surprise, surprise, he's doing well in Ultimate. And yeah, Sid just barely managed to take it, but the fact that he got that close was pretty impressive. So yeah.
Mhm. Give a quick shout out to Socks for subbing. Thank you for
Yeah,
the tier 1
thank
sub.
you.
Oh, we got a tier 1?
We got a tier 1 sub.
Oh my gosh, we need to do like a tradition. Like, what should we do? Have you guys had a sub before?
You should get
Is this
up
your
and-
first sub?
Yeah, I think so.
They just take your sub virginity?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
You gonna
what
get
should
up
we
and
do?
something for them?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
stand
what's
like
the
right there and do
Hit a
like
woe
a
for
dance or
them.
something.
Hit a woe for
like a
them.
dance? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not really a
let's
good
see it.
Hit a
dancer.
woe with
Let's
them
see it.
with your
A
bulky
woe?
arms. Let's go.
Hit a whoa? Okay. Yeah.
Wait, don't step out of frame. All right, we're good.
No, he's gonna go over the middle of the
Let's go,
right
let's
in
go.
frame.
All right.
I'll throw
Wait,
it to you.
Hopefully I can do it better than my professor.
Yeah. I think anybody can. I'll throw it to you. You ready? You ready? Oh. All right, sit back now, please. Jesus Christ. So
Twitch
that's
chat.
it. No, shit.
Twitch chat, you know what to do.
And on that,
Roast him.
Can I get some ha-has? Can I get some weird
Get some-
chants
can
in
we
the
clip
chat?
out?
Ha-has.
get me on a call with this
Make
guy.
this like a-
make it like a
Hey,
radio
Dever, are you at
show.
the school right now? Like, are you at the school right now?
Yo, man's.
You and James, just walk on over here. You know where we're at. So there's like men.
Oh, goodness.
Uh,
No.
Socks wants you all to flex on stream. She told me herself.
Oh.
Yeah, that's,
Kush, that's all you.
that's all.
Want me
good.
to take the shirt off, or
No, you gotta keep it on for the viewers.
how do I flex with a jean jacket on? It doesn't even move.
Rip it.
All right, that's it. I'm ripping it.
Audio.
Can't do it. Shit. Yo, my bad. I can't do it.
Yeah, you use the audio.
I almost cut the whole audio flexing. That's got to be a record.
Oh, dear. So some upcoming matches that you can expect here on Saints Gaming CA channel. So just later on tonight, there is a Nace Rocket League match, I do believe. That'll be at 8 o'clock. Friday, we have Call of Duty at 6, and then Rainbow Six Siege takes the stage again at 9 as of right now.
Yes, it is.
All right, cool.
Who you guys going up against?
It is Kensaw State.
Never heard
Okay,
of
it's been... I remember
We
them
played
from
them
last
last
season.
year.
them. Nice. Do you clap them?
No, we did not.
Clap
That was
'em
like
this
one of
year.
our one
Hey.
losses last year.
Clap them tonight.
We will
Yep.
tomorrow night.
Just like it's Valentine's Day.
Then on Saturday,
And continue.
it's still being decided between Counter-Strike, Rocket League, League of Legends, and Overwatch. There is 4 separate matches happening. We'll try to get at least 2 of them up and broadcasted. Then on Sunday, the Nace match just got moved for CSGO. What did I just miss?
Oh,
Like, I'm really trying to just pay attention, but this clown keeps looking at me, and it's like Boo Boo the Fool over here. Like, he can't just pay attention to what's going on. Oh my god. Someone give this kid a pen. He has so much ADHD. He needs to do something. I
Oh my goodness.
think I got one in my bag. Should I go grab it?
I think we're good.
Just keep going.
Then Sunday, so we've got Tespo Overwatch happening. That's their season opener at 8 o'clock. Then Monday, Smash Class is finally going to return again, 7:30. Rocket League's also happening at the same time, as well as Hearthstone's very first match, I believe,
Let's go
is.
Hearthstone.
And they're in the varsity division for that one, so College vs. College should be interesting. And then
Hearthstone is kind of hype, honestly.
low-key, it's
I like being in the nest and like watching them because
Yeah.
they're like so into it. Like what? Obviously they're into it because like they're playing competitively. But I'm saying like you have a whole squad of people, right? And they're all like trying to help
Playing,
them out
like,
with their decision making and
mouse.
stuff. It's
Like-
really cool.
What was it? Ryan Brooks was saying yesterday that whoever's like the highest on the ladder gets to touch the mouse for the day. And that's how they decide who gets to play with the mouse.
No, that is pretty like interesting though. For those who don't know, and for the Hearthstone team, it's not each of them playing against other, like every single teammate. It's all three of them are playing one game.
Yeah, one deck.
So 3 minds, 1 deck, and trying to. God damn it. Anyway, all 3 of them trying to just pilot essentially one game. It's the same thing for the other side, school versus school. So
That's also why it's pretty interesting though, because
It
like
is.
if you have players and they all play 3 individual different decks, it's really useful because if you go up against those colleges, who has better knowledge of running those decks than the players themselves? So you have like one person who's doing maybe a different deck, but the one you're playing against is also what your co-teammate uses all the time. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot of knowledge based decision making. I like it.
And then for Tuesday, Fortnite's making the return again, as well as Hearthstone. They're both going to be playing at the same time at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Wednesday, there's another Rainbow Six Siege match if it's at the default time.
It should be.
And then we're back here again with Birdseye the following Thursday at 3 o'clock. Of course, the schedule is definitely subject to change.
Oh, I wouldn't
as
miss it for the
pretty well.
world.
Everything always changes at the last second, but
I can't wait for next week. 10 more subs. 10 more subs and I'll take my shirt off on.
excuse me.
What?
Whoa.
What? Who said that? 10 more subs and what's our sub goal? We got to do something.
Hey, I'm just happy that everybody's here. The subs are awesome as well, though. Always happy for the support, whether it be this sub, following, or just tuning in every week. It's always a pleasure.
I have an idea. How about 10 subs, we take a buttercream pie and we pie Yaz in the face?
I like that.
I would-
I'm down.
I would do
down
that
with
for
that.
just one. No, I'm just kidding.
I do that for 2 subs.
And you know what?
Do I get to eat
I'll
it?
buy the pie myself. I don't really care.
You can finish eating it after.
10 subs and I'll do it. Like I guess I'll.
Clip
No
that.
choice.
Clip that.
There we go,
He's
we
in
got
the
the
moment.
evidence.
He's going to regret it later, but clip it so that he's held to his word. 10 subs, pie to the face on stream.
You can clip it.
And Kush says COD plays tonight on the College COD channel.
Oh, there we go. Awesome.
Wait, who said that?
Funston.
Oh.
You said Kush.
Yeah, you said
Oh.
Kush.
Wrong
Are
Chris.
you mixing us up because we're both Chris?
Yes.
Wrong Chris, my friend. Wrong
I'm the
Chris.
superior Chris.
And Chris, I'm only allowed out of VR actually for like school purposes. So like I show up, do bird's eye view, coaches meetings, and then it's just right back to the VR headset. I'm not allowed out at any other point. My mom
5
doesn't let me.
subs, he'll do next bird's eye view with the VR headset on.
I don't know.
Oh, that would be kind of
That's
wild.
cringe. But
We got some
maybe.
ideas.
Quick question for Kush. Can you read it, please?
You want me to read it?
Right here.
What's
Oh.
Sorry, I can't.
It's the newest one.
What's 3 times 4?
12.
Are you sure about that?
Would you like to phone a friend?
Is this like a bit you guys do? No, it's 12, you
Is
idiots.
that your final answer?
Yes.
For sure.
Would you like to phone a friend?
He's so confused.
I'm so confused. Funston, you are more swole and you are superior. I will give you that.
There we go.
Oh god.
Oh, dear.
And that's the last time we see Kush on this.
Yeah, you just scared him off, man. Come on
Yeah.
now.
He's going to disappear for another 3-4 weeks. No, just kidding.
So what else?
Oh, she was in, like,
what else are we
rocket-
covering here? Like,
so-
are we just gonna make fun of me or what's happening?
Yeah,
we're
pretty
just,
much.
We're just chatting.
Yeah, so at this point, so we still got another 15 minutes or so more to go. We've gone through pretty much of the upcoming matches, all the past results. Is there anything interesting for the games in terms of like new content coming out for anybody? Like R6, do we have anything new coming for that, or
Oh,
Smash, anything on the horizon? Do we know?
jungle changes in League.
What's happening there?
They're making it easier for more champions to jungle.
Although I feel like I've heard that at least 17 different times. What is the difference this time?
I guess there's been some buffs towards Zed, Darius, Garen, Diana. So very
This is
weird
sounding dangerous.
non-jungle champions that are now getting. I'm not sure the specifics. I was just told through a friend, but I think their ease for jungling got better or something. So I don't know. These champions are jungling. It's kind of weird, to be honest. But Riot's shaking stuff up. So hey,
When you say Buff and Diana in the same sentence, that starts to make me worry. Anyway.
Zed jungle does not sound fun either. So I think I'll
No.
pass on that. But yeah, that's for League.
League of Legends is just tag, but less competitive.
Have you guys seen the competitive tag?
That
That looks
that's-
nuts.
I have
nuts.
seen
That
that.
looks hype. I would.
I have
play
not
that.
seen this. What is
It's
this?
just like they make like a parkour course, and it's just like competitive tag, and like they're running like between bars and stuff, and like it's
It's
crazy.
wild.
Can we get a poll in chat? Can we get a
Or-
poll of what is more uncool to introduce yourself to a girl as? A professional tag player or a professional Echo VR player?
Why are you attacking me? Like you just
Wait,
say
can we add
esports
Smash to
in
this
general.
too? Can we add
I
Smash
play
to that?
virtual
I play a
Quidditch
party
or I
game.
run around monkey bars and I try to touch another guy.
Okay, well when you say it like that, I think Echo VR sounds a little better, to be honest.
Does it?
I think so.
It's definitely
Just
close.
a little bit. Just a
Oh,
little
dear.
bit. Socks with yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. What?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a little weirdly phrased, Kush.
Don't look at me.
Honestly, I don't want to.
Echo
but for
VR
some
does
reason I
not
have
get
to.
the girls.
I know.
How much you want to bet it works? All right, I can promise you, it works.
The actual answer is varsity Hearthstone player.
Oh yeah, we got mushed. We got mushed.
Oh.
No, I think it's the bumper car players, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bumper car full.
Oh, the bumper cars.
yeah, the bumper
The
cars.
tilt-a-whirls.
Because then you know they have some type of skill, right? You go take them to like the fair and stuff, and get them to mush people for you while you're playing bumper cars.
Oh, jeez.
Those ones can't fly though.
You can tell I'm getting.
You know what would be a
mad
fun
about what
event?
you're
We should
talking
maybe think about doing this. Like as a team bonding event for all the Saints. During the summer one day, we should have a little camp. We should do a little bubble soccer. Yeah, you know what that stuff
Oh,
is?
like where you get inside that
Yes.
huge. That would be fun.
You get inside the
actually.
big
I've always wanted to
bubbles,
try that, yeah.
And you just ram into other people
to
and you
try
try to
that.
play soccer. I would love to see all those shrimpy little. No, I'm not going to just say. I'm just going to say it. Endeavor. I'd love to see that guy.
I definitely want to play against him. in
Like,
that.
wouldn't that be
would
fun?
That would
Wouldn't that be
so
fun?
much
Oh, you too. Oh, man. That'd be just.
that would be hype. That would be
Yeah.
hype.
Yeah.
I can't see anything going wrong with this plan.
I mean, we got some beasts on Saints. Like, we got a couple big boys. We
Yeah,
got
we do actually.
There's some
That'd
big
be
boys.
interesting if we.
Overwatch
yeah,
got some huge kids. Listen, Crypt would kill me in bubble soccer.
Yeah,
Crypt
he
would kill
roll
me.
me over instantly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that would
At
be
least you got like some,
dozed.
some height, right? So you
Yeah, I got
like,
some
get back a
height.
little
I ain't
bit,
got
but
no
I just
weight.
Get, like rolled over by
Yeah.
people. Like
Yeah, no.
My
We definitely got a
boy.
couple beasts on the teams.
tennis players are cracked. What?
Why are we on Real Sports? This is esports. Come on, Winston.
Yeah, they have their own show. They copied us. You can just go watch that.
What do you guys got going on this weekend? Any fun stuff?
No, not much. I'm just sleeping
Practice.
probably
Catch up on sleep.
in practice. Yeah,
Oh, this all sounds very exciting.
yeah. It's
Learn
been
the
a
new
long
updates
week
for
us.
Siege.
I do
Well,
look forward to whenever that the new
That won't be-
observer
Yeah.
changes come in.
3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and I actually get to have more than one spectator.
I know it's this. The updater or the spectator client is getting a big overhaul. If you watch any of the Siege live streams, they did a sneak peek and it looked really well. It was a lot more cleaner and you can get a lot more information. Yet he's happy. I can see the smile. I can see the smile on his face from here. He's big happy with that.
Hmm.
well, hopefully by next Thursday, hopefully, maybe the Thursday after, we'll see. I'm going to have some stellar content for you guys because I am going to be doing tons of pro interviews this weekend at Frostbite.
Oh, yeah, that
And
is this weekend, isn't it?
yeah, I got some questions. I got some good educational questions. I'm gonna ask them, about esports.
Where's the
and all this
curveball?
shebang. And I got some absolute disgusting questions that are
Oh,
gonna be
no.
so good and clip worthy. So we'll see which ones premiere on this show and which ones go on Twitter. But yeah,
Laws are PG, Kush.
Be good.
we'll see which ones go on this show and which ones go on Twitter. But yes, definitely gonna hopefully get some really good content this weekend. Looking forward to it. I have some fun questions.
Speaking of Frostbite, how many Saints gamers are going to that one? All of us?
Saints gamers, we have only one person on our team not going because of passport issues, sadly. So I think
It was
we
just
got
KB
5.
who
Yep.
wasn't, right?
Yep.
Rough.
Arguably our second best player.
That's unlucky.
Big rough.
Pretty unlucky. See, I thought it was he had to renew his passport. No big deal, right? No, he actually just doesn't have a passport.
That
Big
is an
deal.
issue.
That's a big deal.
That takes a long time to apply for.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That can't
unlucky.
be done.
yeah, that can't be done.
unlucky.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I went to DreamHack, I got my passport done like 3 days before we actually left. So it was
I actually
Well,
went to
lucky.
Frostbite last year with an expired passport.
really
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yikes.
I'm just lucky. I can just travel with my birth certificate since I was born in the States, so I don't have to use my passport if I go there.
Yeah.
That
Clutch, but I would never want to carry that across. Imagine losing that.
Yeah, it's like the hardest thing to replace,
It
right?
is, yeah. You have to send them like literally every piece of identity that you can physically find.
You got my student card?
No, they literally want like everything, like health card, driver's
My
license.
EB Games Edge card?
Your like bank account number.
Who
like,
still
bank
goes to a
accounts and
game
stuff.
store?
I did today,
yeah.
actually,
I go there for like figures. I'll
I
go
did.
Buy,
For
I'll
the
go buy
pop
figures.
figures.
because
yeah,
I
pop
needed to
figures
buy a
and stuff.
gaming headset, finally. Cush's streams
to
will
EB
actually have
Games for a
a
gaming
working
headset?
microphone.
You didn't go to Best Buy?
No.
Good job.
There's no Best Buy at the mall.
But will your stream actually have all of the names centered in their proper areas?
No.
Will the stream
No,
even
didn't
happen?
think so. And pause. That's it. Go back to your drink.
We'll see how Frostbite goes.
CRL champs next year, no cap. Oh, Fusion, are you gonna be here next year?
Ooh.
If so, I still don't know if it's gonna happen or not. But I mean,
We should do sometime. We should do some sort of anniversary at one point for this show, and we
When
should
did we
we should
start
run a
it?
mafia game. What do you guys think about that
We should run
idea?
some-
No, that's
Something.
interesting.
A Bird's Eye View Mafia Edition. We get Yeti, maybe get a couple of our past special guests.
Or
After
one.
after a while. No,
Oh,
no, I'm
one
saying this is
special guest.
anniversary. This is the future.
The future.
You know.
Whoa.
Well, it's gonna
But
be
you're
hard.
the special guest and someone on the team. So like, would you play 2 characters? Would you be like an alter ego?
I mean, I'm not sure if I can pull off 2
Push
characters.
is like 6 people.
I can barely pull off one. You know.
This guy comes in one day, he's like super cocky, like head blown up to like
The
no
door.
extent. And next day he comes in, he's sad boy Kush.
They-
And the day after that, he'll be tired boy Kush. And, like, it's just he's got 6 different versions.
They hate us because they ain't us.
What's the other one that he says? From the movie, the interview, right? He says something.
My name
else,
now. Is that the other one?
too. No, that's not the
No.
other one, but that was still good, I guess. I was not expecting that.
It's gonna be hard though if we have to get
Oh,
some of the past guests. I have to go book John Cena again.
Yeah,
Dang it.
Yes.
yes you will.
Did you have John Cena last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him
Oh,
last
that's
week.
actually sweet.
He didn't even watch the stream. Thanks, Kush. Thanks for your
Thanks,
support.
Kush.
I appreciate it.
I was busy.
Uh huh.
Oh dear.
So who's our guest for next week? You guys brainstorming yet?
Well, we're definitely thinking, trying to.
I think we should
see
have
who's
the
available.
2-time Cushman.
I mean, if you guys are actually down, we'll get Endeavor on here, face to face. We'll see if he's got the.
Can we get
the
a
same bark when
confirmation?
he's in person?
We should get David Rabinovich in here one of these days.
We
eh?
will. He's just too much to handle sometimes. You know, it's just
He's too much to handle, eh?
he's David.
He's David.
That's
And 63%.
So I learned
Damn
he taught me everything.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Chelsea in the chat giving me the reminder that some events that will be happening in the near future here on this Saints Gaming campus. So we do have No Man's Land.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be
Forgot.
coming up soon. That's March 14th.
Is that
if I
during the
recall
break?
correctly. I believe.
Yes, it's the first Saturday of March break.
It's the Saturday.
Yes, the first Saturday.
And from what it sounds like, I know the Smash.gg page is up. Of course, there's going to be Smash, you know that. And then a bunch of the students here at the St. Clair Esports program have put together an event list of some sort. And it's not like the strictly competitive stuff. Of course, the most competitive, rock, paper, scissors.
I knew. I
making
was
their
like, we
return.
have to have rock paper scissors. That's like
Every year.
we have to do neutral start this year though. Do you guys know what that is?
No, what do you mean?
I was taught by one of my players on my team. So neutral start, when you do rock paper scissors, instead of starting with rock, which is a frame 1 option, you have to start with this. Because
Okay.
this, it takes equal amount of time to go to scissors or to go to paper or rock.
Damn, do you play competitively?
I know, right?
No.
Yeah, damn.
I just told you one of my players informed me of this.
That's interesting.
A premium sub. Never
And-
mind. We don't want you.
And it looks like there's, you've got it up right here, so I'll take a look. So 1v1s in Overwatch, so I'm assuming that's going to be something like either Mystery Heroes, I think that was brought up,
That'd be hype.
or like 1v1 me Widowmaker or something like
Oh,
that.
God.
Oh, Widow 1v1s are so hype.
I'd get mushed.
Legends of Runeterra is actually going to be making an appearance there too, so
That game didn't die yet.
Yes.
to some.
Yeah, keyword.
Listen,
We'll give it the shot.
from many of the card game enthusiasts that I've talked to, they say it's absolute dog, but
It's mystery 1v1s.
Mystery
But-
1v1?
That's
For
we'll
sick.
see.
Okay.
That's hype.
And then
League 1v1s?
No.
2v2
Oh, I don't know
for
about that actually.
like duos for League, duos for Rainbow Six Siege, as well as CS:GO and Rocket League. And then other than Smash, the other thing to take note of is it looks like Teamfight Tactics is also on the list as well as something that they want
God
to do.
bless.
That'll be interesting.
Everybody loves TFT. Come on. It's so wholesome.
I haven't even played it.
I've never played it.
Really?
Listen, we
you-
don't know anything about League, so anytime League comes off with like a spin-off game like TFT or Runeterra or anything like that, I feel like I'd just be so lost if I tried to play it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not knowing any of the characters or anything. I know like my basic characters, but I know like one from each lane. That's about it. I don't know what you want from me, Kush.
I want better.
I'm sorry. I tried. Sorry, sir.
Expect nothing, and I'm still disappointed.
Yeah, it's quite low expectations.
It's okay. We'll play TFT sometime. We'll play
Widow's,
TFT.
Widow 1v1s were too hype. We didn't want
I'll
to
teach you.
overshadow Smash.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Smash is usually like our biggest events, anyways, at
Yeah.
most of our lands. So
For like a single event, like for entry purposes, yeah. If you include all of PC, they would dwarf Smash. But
Yeah.
They're all
PC
for different
Master
things,
Race.
of course.
It's pretty cozy in there. Everybody gets their PC set up. I don't know.
Oh, it's a good time overall. and
It
you
is.
should
I remember
definitely-
my first
That's
No
the
Man's
joint.
Land. I think it was my first tournament to first bigger tournament, non-weekly tournament to ever go to, and we had a Ally and Mistake here,
Mhm.
and
Oh, back in Smash 4 days.
yeah, I was like, I went to that tournament and it was so fun. I would never look back.
And the first time I ever came to No Man's Land, we were still running StarCraft 2. Can I get a revival, please?
No.
I think you're
Oh.
gonna need a time machine, buddy, because there ain't gonna be no revival.
Oh, one can dream.
And I also think there's also going to be talks for a Fortnite. Either they're going to do like
Right.
a parkour challenge or they're going to do like a CS:GO 2v2s.
I want to see a real life parkour
Search and
challenge
destroy.
between the varsity players. That would be funny.
Would it, though?
That would be hilarious. Are you kidding me?
That
Trying
would
to
be
see have
actually
them
kinda fun.
run through an obstacle course.
I don't
Even
think
if
any
it
of
was
them are
basic.
coordinated enough. To
Yeah,
even
that's what I
just-
was
say.
saying. That's why it would be
It's
so
all
funny.
fun.
see them tripping in the hallways sometimes. I mean, don't think an obstacle
Wait,
course
they'll be
is gonna
sitting in
work.
the
That
DX
was a
racer,
yes?
and they're like,
Come on, man.
don't call me
Why
out.
are you pointing fingers, man?
Yeah.
Jeez.
StarCraft 2. Oh, I can't say that to Dan.
Ooh,
I
Justin,
can't-
he's coming for you now, bro.
I can't
you
say that to
set yourself
Dan.
up. You set yourself. You're about to see
Your
a bad side.
your
of
Nest
Dan.
access is
I was going
about
to say,
be
you
revoked.
realize who controls Nest Access, right? Oh. Wah, wah.
Don't poke the bear.
Yikes.
That is
Now, something additional that will be happening before Saints Gaming Live, but the Border City Battle, us versus Lambton, will be happening at some point in between there, I
April
believe.
2nd?
April, yeah.
I think it's April 2nd. It's a Thursday.
Yeah, the date's still getting locked down, but that should definitely be interesting. I believe they have a Rocket League squad, Smash squad, Fortnite, and maybe one or two
League
more.
and Hearthstone.
League and Hearthstone.
Say
that's it.
Lambton?
Yeah. So,
The Border City Battle.
and I believe
Nice.
they're coming to us this time, so we'll be the ones putting on the broadcasts. Thank God for them. There's no points for comparing broadcasts. But,
We have Yeti. We win.
Oh.
exactly.
Playing them in Smash was always fun. It was just like, it was like watching high school team play an NFL team in football.
You're not wrong.
Just mash them.
Except it was the other way around too for League of Legends in the past, but we have a bit of a stronger squad this time, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And I think it's 2 Border City battles in a row where it all came down to Hearthstone.
Hearthstone is such a
That
clutch.
is actually so stressful.
The
but
most
they've done it.
RNG game in all the games we have.
We were sitting there last semester, and we're watching. Everyone's like getting hype. I'm like, okay, what's going on? No one had any clue what was going on, but it was just the most intense thing ever to watch.
It's
Just wait
ridiculous.
for the one card to pop up.
That finisher.
Definitely need some commentary for Hearthstone. Somebody's got to explain what the heck is going
Yes.
on.
But hey, to be fair, if we had CS:GO in these events, I mean, come on, we'd kind of clap, right?
Ooh, or Overwatch.
But they don't. Oh, they don't have an Overwatch team.
I don't think so.
No, they don't,
Interesting.
Or do they not do FPSs or something?
apparently.
Well, they have
I-
Fortnite, right? Don't they?
Yeah, but I know they're getting
That's not an
a Siege
FPS.
team next in September. They're starting that. I
Awesome.
think
Well, everyone's still growing. Of course, you could only
not as big as us.
support it. So many teams to start things off, but there's always room to grow. So
I'm
should
just
be
waiting for
interesting.
Tetris when we get the Tetris
Can we
Battle
get-
we have
Royales.
Tetris
We have
99?
VR, so we can grab Tetris next.
Is there VR Tetris? Is that a thing?
I don't. There probably is, but I don't
If
know.
not, give it like a month.
You're not too
Well,
big into like strategy games, are you?
I'm not too big into playing VR. Besides Echo Arena, you guys act like.
He lives in VR.
There's a guy's
Oh,
out.
actually, I downloaded. I'm about to buy Pavlov when I get home tonight because I found out that you can play like the Black Ops zombie maps. Like,
Oh.
yeah, that type. So I'm gonna
Oh,
play
that's
Kino
scary.
in VR.
You play a lot of those
Probably
games
try.
younger when you were younger.
Oh yeah, I played a lot of
Those
Black
COD zombie
Ops.
games.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
How early?
Black Ops 1, Kino der Hunt, favorite map, best game ever made.
You know they say
Oh my
the
God,
access of
this-
rated M games at a young age really
Jeez
influences brain
Louise.
development. What are your take on that,
Um,
guys?
It's true.
No denying.
Kill, kill, kill.
Oh dear. And with that, I think unless there's any additional thoughts here before we close out.
No.
Anyone got anything?
I'm pretty tired, honestly. It's hard arguing with this guy all day.
Yeah, for real, it gets exhausting.
It
Like,
does.
It's not that tiring.
I'm just gonna have to drop you soon.
Yeah. So
We'll
before.
see him once every 3 weeks, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. He won't be here next
He's
week.
gotta make it up.
See you in March, baby.
All right. So before these guys take it to the parking lot, I want to thank you all for joining in once again for our 4th Bird's Eye View episode.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Or the last.
Oh yeah. But we'll see you here next Thursday with another episode, and then be sure to follow the channel if you're not done so already, because we have a boatload of matches, tons of content coming out here on the channel. So, again, my name's Danners, and we got Jam Beast, CR Glitch, and Kush. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.